Hi everybody, I just wanted to put together a video to show you how to use the home binder since all the kids have theirs now. So this is what each kid's binder looks like. If you're worried that all the little pieces are going to fall off because some of the Velcro isn't super strong, you can take all the pieces out of the binder and then just keep them in a Ziploc. It's up to you. Or a couple different Ziplocs and then just store them in the pouch in the front of the binder. So this is the binder. So what you do for their name, you take off all the pieces and then you just lay them out on the table. A lot of the kids will probably need a visual model of their name. So if you can write their name on a piece of paper, and then tell them to put the letters in that order, that would probably be very helpful for some of them. This is for their name. And this is how old they are. So they just pick if they're 3, 4, or 5. They put it here, and then I would have them read it with them. I am 5 years old, or how, and make sure you're asking that how question, how old are you? So that way they're getting that repetition and that practice in. And then they put however many candles are on the cake. So I would take all the candles off and lay them out on the table and then have them pick how many. This is for the weather, so we're going to be using this at circle time a lot. So I'm going to have them look out the window, and what do you see outside? Do you see wind? Do you see clouds? Do you see the sun? So it has the 6 different weathers, and then it has the different temperatures. So we have cool, cold, warm, and hot. So they would just say, I see the sun. It is, and then warm or hot, or however the temperature is that day. For this one, how they're feeling, I'm going to have them check in during circle time. So they'll pick if they're happy, then they can show me the happy icon just by holding it up to the camera during our virtual circle times. So I feel happy today, I feel angry, sad, excited, and all of those. For the colors, they're just going to match the colors. Just take all these off, lay them out on the table. And then I also want them to really start working on that color word and recognizing that color word. So just be like, buh, buh, buh. Which one starts? Blue. And so hopefully they'll start making that color and association. I'm missing my circle. But for the shape matching, same thing. You just take off all the pieces and then have them match the shapes. Most of them know all the shapes. The harder ones are the crescent, the hexagon, and the pentagon. The rest of the shapes I think the kids know. So if you really want to work on those 3, that would be good. Filling in the missing numbers, just take the numbers out. Usually if the kids have a hard time with this, I hold their finger and then I have them touch each one. So 1, 2, and then I'll give them an option of 2 of these numbers. So I'll have all these numbers off and I'll be like, what comes next? 3 or 7. So lowering that field if they're still figuring out how to put the numbers in order. And then once we put on 3, then we start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What comes next? And they put on 7. And then once they put on 7, I start over because a lot of them it's hard to just start at 7 and then start counting. If they are able to do that, great. If not, then go ahead and just start over 7, 8, 9, and then they'll put on 10. Most of the kids know 1 through 10. The harder ones are going to be 11 through 20. Not many of them know how to match those yet. So just make sure that if they're not getting it, you don't just do it for them, that you lower that field of 2. Which one comes next? And then have them try to pick out of just 2 items instead of all of them. Letters, same thing. Patterning, so these top ones are the ABAB pattern, so just like red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. ABAB pattern, same, green, yellow, and then this one is a little bit harder. Not a lot of the kids can do this one, so it's the AAB pattern, so purple, purple, pink, purple, purple, pink. So that one's hard. You can also do these patterns with like anything you have at home, like Legos or cars or whatever you want to do. So this is the part I really wanted to explain. So all of these, let me move this down a little bit. All of the letters are in these sheet protectors. The sheet protectors you can write on with a whiteboard marker. So I put A and B as the first letters. And when you're doing the tracing with them, make sure that you're having them start at the top. It even has the numbers on it. So where's number 1? Start at number 1, go down, and then find number 2, down, and then across. And so these you can erase with a whiteboard marker, paper towel, or whatever, and reuse them. And then these are the pictures of the letter pictures. So apple, alligator, and acorn. So just having the kids label those, like, or if they're not speaking yet, be like, oh, touch the alligator, and then having them point to alligator. Okay, where's the apple? Have them point to the apple. And then really emphasize that letter sound. So apple, where's the apple? Apple. So all the other letters are behind these. So if you want to be working on a different letter, for example, if our letter is like X or something, then you just take that letter out of here and then put it in the front. So that way we only are using one sheet protector. So then the next one is these ones. So these ones I can find the letter. So you can either have them use the whiteboard marker and just circle finding the letter A. A lot of them know the uppercase letters, but they're struggling with the lowercase. So this will be good practice for them. So they can either circle it and then they can find the pictures that start with A. So this is a yam. So yam, does that start with letter A? No. So there's that way. You could circle apple, acorn, ant, anchor. Yeah. So you can do it with circling, or another way that they showed when I found this resource was if you have Play-Doh at home, then you can have them take Play-Doh and make little balls of Play-Doh and then have them put it on it. So this is letter A, and then they can smash it onto the letter A. Is this A? No. Is this A? So you can just have them push the Play-Doh onto those letters and cover it up. You can also use paper, but the Play-Doh adds a nice sensory aspect to it if they like that. So A through Z are, again, all behind these. So just whichever letters you want to work on, then bring that one to the front. All right. So these are just sorting mats. So it has all the colors. So this gives you the option to sort whatever you want in your house. So you can use them again, with like Legos, with cars, with blocks, and they just take little items and put them in. What I've noticed with the kids is sometimes it's hard for them to generalize that we're not sorting by item, but we're rather sorting by color. So maybe you can go around your house with the kid and your child and go and find like red things in the house and then put them in the red box, and yellow things in the house and put them in the yellow box. And I think that would be helpful if they're not all the same item. Otherwise, like sorting Legos and stuff is good too. There's also black, white, gray, and tan. So you can just take this piece out and this piece out and have them laying on the table. So for this one, it's the same thing with the colors as it was with the letters. So I can find the color. You can, again, use these, and I can find red and you can circle, or you can use the Play-Doh to do that. Whatever the child likes. Number tracing, again, it has the numbers on where to start. Make sure they're always starting at the top. There's even a song about it, so I will be doing that song with the kids during our virtual circle times. It's from Handwriting Without Tears. It talks about starting your letters at the top. So just top and down. If they want to just trace it with their finger too, that works. If they're not ready to use a pen or if they don't feel like using a pen. And then I figure with these dots, one, you can count them, but two, this would be another good place to use the Play-Doh so that working on their fine motor skills, take the Play-Doh, and I usually have the kids put it between their hands and roll, 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 and I'll say that, roll, 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 and then they'll roll and make a ball. That's good fine motor work, and then matching it so there's one. And so then having them make 2 balls and having make 3 and 4 and going up to 10. So that's for that. And then this one, the numbers, same thing. I can find the number. A lot of the kids are going to be able to do this pretty easily. it's going to be down here that's hard because we're actually going to have to count. So I think like 1 through 5 should be like the main focus right now. 6 through 10 can be a little more difficult because they have to be able to really have that one-to-one correspondence. And a lot of the kids' goals, their one-to-one correspondence is just up to 5. So that's if you have like 5 items on a table to be able to touch each one and count it. A lot of the kids, especially like typical preschool kids, before they have that one-to-one correspondence skill, they might go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's only 3 objects. They just like counting to like 5 or 10, those like hard stop numbers that we often stop counting at. So this one's a little more advanced. So yeah, just focus 1 through 5, and then you can do 6 through 10 once they've mastered 1 through 5. This one, tracing the circles, again, just trace them with the whiteboard marker. And then, yeah, this one's tracing. And then for these ones, they can just find it using the Play-Doh or the whiteboard marker. They find the circles. And then this one's the tracing. So this one's really good. A lot of the kids have a hard time with these kind of crazier lines, so just have them work on that. That's the tracing. And so that is the Circle Time binder. If you have any questions, let me know. You can do this, like, obviously with the kids whenever you want, but we are definitely going to be using these during the virtual Circle Time, so please have these ready to use. All right.